Hey, folks. Howdy, y'all. I really don't even have any idea what I'm doing. Uh, but my wife has been working her little fanny off, uh, just trying to help me. Uh, Unfortunately, I've developed liver cancer, and uh, they found it, I guess, about a year ago. Gone through all the tests and the rigmarole, all that good stuff, poking and prodding and you name it. Uh, I know that she's kind of put this fundraiser on the internet and has been trying like the devil to get it out there. I know I have a lot of friends that are on Facebook and family acquaintances and things like that. I guess what I'm really trying to do is tell you all, and I know a lot of you have other things to do besides listen to my stuff, but to be truthful about it, I'm having a real hard time trying to make it to my doctors and make the chemo treatments, make my bills, and having enough gas to go from here to Dallas back. And oh Lord, it's just been a mess. I also know for a fact that there's a lot of folks out there that are in the same shape I am, and it really makes me hesitant in even asking for help because I'm sure there's so many others that are probably a lot worse off than I am. But yet, my docs tell me that there's no cure for my type of cancer. I'm in stage 4. I would give you the medical term, but it would take me all day just to figure out how to say it, more or less spell it. I do know that they can't operate anymore. They operated in March of, well, I believe it was March 12th of this year, and they went in, took a chunk of my liver, and then sewed me all back up. And we were hopeful that they had got it and all we had to do was kind of kick back and wait and see if anything else developed. Well, unfortunately, like they say with Murphy's Law, if anything's going to go wrong, well, it'll go wrong. And I'm one of them guys that just happened to, when my test came back from my last MRI, they came to find out that the cancer had moved into my lymph nodes right under my chest, or actually right under my rib on my left side. Hasn't moved into my lungs or anything like that. It's just kind of moved into this lymph node. And I don't know. I believe they told me it was about the size of a $half or something like that. And so, which was quite a shocker, but just the way the world turns sometimes. Uh, you'll have to forgive me because I'm sitting here trying to figure out what exactly to say. So I guess I'll just, if I jump back and forth, don't pay no mind because sometimes my missus says I ain't got the sense God gave a rubber duck. So, just bear with me. And today happens to be one of those days when it's pretty rough. I guess what I'm trying to ask is if there's anybody out there and you feel compelled to maybe help in my situation, it would be so greatly appreciated. I'm 65 years old, and as far as I'm concerned, I still have a lot of living to do. It's not that I'm afraid to meet my maker because I've made peace with him, especially since all this has kind of been going on. Yet I have, it's so expensive to try to get by. And I bought our home in 2007, and I told my wife at the time that this was my dream home, and I was going to be buried out there in our back pasture. But to be truthful about it, I hadn't planned on being buried quite this often. Uh, don't get me wrong, I'm a fighter, and I'm not going to give up if nobody gives a dime. I'm not going to give up if I lose everything I have. It's just that's the kind of makeup I have. But I have some beautiful daughters. I have a wife that is just out of this world and has stuck with me through thick and thin for the last 18 years. Sometimes I wonder, God only knows why she did. I have some of the cutest granddaughters that ever walked the face of the earth. Not that I'm biased or anything, but uh, Liliana, she's 6, and Zoe, I believe, has just turned 3. I think I'm like any grandfather. I'd love to see them at least grow up a little bit more. Uh, I keep trying to think of the right things to say. But I just, I just want you to know, I'd like for you to know, and I don't want you to think that I'm feeding you full of a bunch of BS or anything like that either. I would like for you to take me for my word and, and believe in what I'm saying. I would never be asking for anything. If I was able to do all this on my own. I know I have a lot of friends, and I know I have a lot of family, and yet I know everyone out there has their problems. And don't get me wrong. I understand completely that no one's able to help. I know that there's a good chance. Might as well just live up to it. There's a good chance that as far as statistics, excuse me, I ain't hardly got any teeth anymore. But statistics say that if I make it 10 and a half months to 12 months, it'll be a blessing. But I don't believe in statistics that much. As far as I'm concerned, I could still be here 10 years. My doctors have told me that it's not going to be no kind of cakewalk. I'm going to have to give it everything I got. I'm going to have my good days, my bad days, in between days, and just go to hell days, I reckon. But I'm not giving up. As long as I can breathe, crawl, fight, scream, scratch, whatever, I'm going to give it everything I have. I've been real fortunate, and I'm not saying this just to try to butter you all up, but I've been looking for a daughter for 21 years, and I finally found her, and that was a blessing in itself. I guess this would be good if I could, break down, sit here and cry for you and all that, but I can't do that. I'm not made that way. I'm just asking you sincerely from the bottom of my heart. If there's anything that you might be able to do, uh, as far as the donations go, I would be so, so grateful. Well, you know, God only knows what this is going to sound like. And this is just me. Nobody put me up to this. My wife didn't. My family. I just felt that it was time I got off of my butt and let you all hear from the horse's mouth what's really going on, and let you know that I'm not only wanting to live for myself. I really believe my family would love to have me around for a while. I know my wife would like to have me around for the next 100 years. She's got a honeydew list about 5 miles long. I want to get well enough that I can start doing that list. So anyway, I'm so very grateful if you've taken the time to listen to this. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. And I get, and I can give you the website. It's, if you haven't already seen my wife's, God love her, the website is www.give, Give, forward, FORWARD.com/helping Wolf. And so if you'd like to kind of look this over or see what's going on, and I'll be more than willing to help, or I'd be more than willing to answer any questions or how my progress is and all that good stuff. I'd love to. My email address, by the way, is Alexander, ALEXANDER 777 at ymail.com. Not that I like to gamble. And the other website again would be www.giveforward.com/helping Wolf. I believe that's the one I just gave you a minute ago. So anyway, hey, bottom line is I'm fighting for my life, but yet I still have a real positive attitude. I love my doctor and his team. And hey, nothing else, at least I got to talk to folks. So y'all take care, and even if you don't donate, you could always email me and I can let you know what's going on. Thank you so much for listening.